James was not one of the 12 apostles, yet his story is one of quiet strength, transformation, and unwavering faith. He was known as James the Just, the brother of Jesus, a man who walked the path from doubt to deep devotion, from skepticism to spiritual leadership. James grew up in the same household as Jesus. They shared meals, laughter, and childhood memories. But while Jesus began his ministry, healing the sick, preaching forgiveness, and calling followers, James remained unsure. He saw the miracles. He heard the teachings. But something in his heart hesitated. When the crowds followed Jesus, James stayed behind. The scriptures tell us that even his own brothers did not believe in him. Yet deep down, James could not ignore the light that surrounded his brother, the peace in his words, the truth in his eyes. Then came the darkest days, when Jesus was arrested, tried, and crucified. James was heartbroken. The brother he once doubted was gone. But on the third day, everything changed. Jesus rose from the dead, and the risen Lord appeared to James personally. In that sacred moment, all doubt melted away. The brother who once stood apart fell to his knees in awe. James knew his brother was truly the Son of God. After the ascension, the followers of Christ needed guidance. Peter led with passion. Paul spread the gospel far and wide. And James, the once skeptical brother, became the steady heart of the church in Jerusalem. He was known for his wisdom and humility. People said he prayed so often that his knees became hard like a camel, always interceding for his people. He led with gentleness, teaching that faith without works is dead, and that true religion means caring for the poor and keeping one's heart pure. In his letter, James wrote with deep conviction, simple words that carried great power. He taught believers to be doers of the word, not hearers only. He urged patience, compassion, and perseverance in trials. He reminded the early Christians that wisdom from above is pure, peace-loving, and full of mercy. These words still echo today, calling every believer to live their faith with sincerity and strength. Faith without works is dead. James 2:26. As years passed, James continued to lead the church with quiet courage. He was respected even by those who did not share his faith. But when opposition rose against the followers of Christ, James was brought before the leaders of Jerusalem. They demanded he deny Jesus. James refused. With calm and courage he proclaimed, "Jesus sits in heaven at the right hand of God." The crowd grew angry. They dragged him to the temple's high place and threw him down. Even as he lay injured, James prayed, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." James the Just, the brother who once doubted, became one of the greatest witnesses of faith. His life reminds us that God can transform doubt into devotion and hesitation into holiness. He taught that true faith is not only spoken, it is lived every day in kindness, patience, and love. And though centuries have passed, his words remain a lamp for believers everywhere. Be doers of the word and not hearers only. James 1:22. This was the story of James, the brother of Jesus, a man who found strength in humility and truth in faith. May his example inspire us to live with wisdom, compassion, and steadfast love. Thank you for watching another story from Rabbit's Foot Tales, where every story brings faith to life.